I think it's better now.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we will continue.
No, no, suma be.
All right. So we continue from where we stopped. And sorry for the glitches. It's one of the things we experience while switching to technology. So, like I said, that there are many different theories of motivation in existence, and each one of them is different from one another. And so, the very first theories was developed by Frederick Taylor in his Principles of Scientific Management, which was published as early as the um, 18th century. Although more recent theories of motivation have emerged since then. The theories of motivation that we're going to study, you will soon see, can be categorized into two groups, which are known as the content theories and the process theories. So if you look on the screen there, you can see the content theories simply describe motivation from the standpoint of our needs and aspirations. In other words, they ask the question, what actually motivates man? Whereas the process theories look at how people are motivated and they emphasize how motivation occurs. In other words, how we can adjust our processes to um, alter motivation levels. So they basically ask the question, how is a man motivated? The table on the slide describes the various theories. I don't know if you can see this clearly.
Yes, sir, we can, sir.
Why is it? Okay, you can. Hello? You can or you can't? I don't understand.
I can see it clearly, sir.
All right, all right. So the table lists the different theories under the content and process theories of motivation. So, but we are going to limit ourselves to the discussion of the content theories for today because of the requirement of this course. The process theories, if you would like to dig deeper, I've provided links at the end of this course um, for resources that cover these theories in greater depth. So if you like to read more about the process theories, you see them at the link that I've provided to that effect. So this is how motivation actually works. And researchers have come to identify that it is man's needs that elicits some certain kind of behavior from him. In other words, his needs drives him into acting in a certain way so that he will be able to realize going forward, if these needs are realized, or if the need is realized, the man derives satisfaction for achieving his goal. But then, having derived his satisfaction, he comes back and picks another need of that is a dominant at a particular time. And so this also brings about a change in behavior because a different need has surfaced. So, for instance, if a low-level need was achieved, it now boils down to seeking for a higher level need, which also will require a different set of behavior. And then the cycle continues to move like that. So it's a cycle that never ends because man, as you know, is insatiable. His needs never ends. So this is actually how motivation works in a loop. And the content theories that we're going to discuss include these theories that you can see: the Maslow theories of needs, McClelland's theory of acquired needs, Aldapa's ERG theory, and then lastly the Herzberg's theory of two-factor theory. This is not an exhaustive list of content theories because we also have other theories that fall under content theories like McGregor's theory X and theory Y. They also describe what motivates man and not actually how the motivation occurs. So, but we're going to limit ourselves as time permits with these four theories. You can actually read others at your own convenience. Starting off, we will talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And what is this saying? This is an age-long theory, and it's one of the most recognized content theory of motivation. So Maslow was able to explain motivation through the satisfaction of needs, which he arranged in an ascending order. So according to him, as satisfied needs do not motivate, it is the dissatisfaction that moves us into the direction of fulfillment. So Maslow was able to put or create an order of needs progressing in the ever-increasing complexity, starting with basic physiological and psychological needs, and then ending with the need for self-actualization. While basic needs are experienced as a sense of deficiency, the higher needs are experienced more in terms of the need for growth and fulfillment. And so these needs, according to Maslow, which he has arranged from the bottom to the top, says that at the bottom level of man's need is the physiological needs, which are the needs for food, water, air, clothing, shelter, sleep, and all other things that are essential for the existence of life. These are things without which it will be very difficult for man to exist. These needs are placed, according to Maslow, under the physiological needs of man. So, what is knowing these needs, knowing what drives man into exhibiting some certain behavior is important. But the more important is what it portends for management. What is the implication of this, the knowledge of these needs, physiological needs to management? The implication is that the manager will should attempt to satisfy these needs in the workplace, most importantly through proper salary and wages. And he should also offer different rewards to encourage employees to keep moving up the hierarchy. This will keep motivating the employees. The next on the ladder is the safety needs, which Maslow describes as the need for protection that a man needs against accident, physical torture, unemployment, disability, and so on and so forth. So a man seeks safety against what threatens his survival physically and economically. For instance, fear and danger of loss of job, loss of life, or loss of property. All these man tries to protect. So since most employees are in a dependent relationship in their workplace, they often regard their safety needs as being very important. And it is worthy to note that arbitrary management actions such as discrimination and unpredictable application of policies often become powerful threats to the safety needs of any employee at this level. So what is the implication again for management? The implication for management is that organization can influence these security needs either positively through pension schemes, insurance policies, and so forth, or it can also influence it negatively by arousing fears of dismissal or demotion on the employees. We have next is the social needs, which as soon as the minimum safety needs are satisfied, social needs become important in the need hierarchy. So since man is a social being, he has a longing for belonging to a group or community, or for being accepted and understood with love, affection, compassion, seeking friendship, seeking association, and the rest. So when social needs become dominant in a person, is bound to strive for meaningful relations with others. And again, if the opportunity for association with fine men take vigorous action against jobs, workers normally form informal groups. Hello, my dear students. I would also like to know if um, I am still audible or if it is breaking. Hello, students. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yes, we can hear you. You are still audible.
All right, all right. So the implication for management at this level is that organization can influence these needs through supervision or through communication systems, also by creating work groups, that is, uh, creating teams in the organizations. So managers that recognize the existence of these needs, but very often they wrongly assume that these needs represent a threat to the organization. So you see some organizations where management frowns at informal groups. Um, Sometimes they think that such groups are um, formed to, you know, plan against management policies or create um, teams or create groups that will ride against the policies of management. So most often you see them stifling attempts by workers to form informal groups. But it's often seen that when safety and social needs of people are frustrated, they most often work in ways that defeat organizational goals. They most of the times become resistant and uncooperative, and this behavior is a consequence, not just the cause of their frustration. So it's a consequence of management actions. So the next on the ladder is the esteem needs. And what does this esteem need represent? The esteem needs are concerned with the desire for high evaluation of oneself based on real capacity, achievement, or even respect from others. So satisfaction of these needs embrace uh, status, prestige, appreciation, recognition, even self-respect. The lack of satisfaction of these needs can give a feeling of inferiority, a feeling of weakness and helplessness. Esteem needs are likely to be met in an organization through recognition by peers and superiors of, the person's work. So actually this is what management can do to motivate employees at this level. They can, by recognizing peers in their work. Then we have self-actualization, which is the last on the list according to Maslow. At this level, the desire for self-fulfillment is one's ability to be fullest and to maximize the use of one's potentialities to accomplish something. This is a quality. He would like to actualize it. Or a poet likes to music, just as a player would love to show his skill in the game, and so on. In other words, a man wishes to become what he's capable of becoming. A man will for saying what he tends to do. Let's this desire for self-actualization can be seen in some certain groups of people. For people that have reached, that have acquired other needs, according to Maslow, beginning from the actualization. If you see, for instance, some professional players uh, who will be playing in a high-paying club. You see them frustrated. For instance, if they lack playing time, no matter the amount of money, you see them seeking to leave. Why are they leaving? They are leaving to a place where they can be able to fulfill their potentials. They are seeking for self-actualization, self-fulfillment. These are what this is the kind of need that drives people at this level. So the implication for management is that the quality of work environment in organizations give ample scope for fulfilling these needs. Hello, class. Do we have any question regarding Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Any question? As I've explained earlier, the existence refers to our basic survival needs as humans. Those things that, when removed, it becomes very difficult, if not impossible, for man to exist. And so the existence in this category includes food, water, shelter, good health, the feeling of safety, and broadly, these needs can be described as basic physiological and safety needs. So we can safely say that this is where Adapha's theory and Maslow's theory merge or have something in common. While the physiological and safety needs of Maslow describes the need for food and also the need for safety, the existence element of Adapha's theory also talks about the basic things that sustains life. So this is the similarity. The existence theory is also similar to the two levels, the first two levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The relatedness refers to our need to relate to other people. For instance, having good relationships and interactions with other humans is a need we all share, although clearly this need isn't as strong as our basic survival needs. So to feel happy and content, most humans need to interact with others and for those interactions to be positive in nature. Okay, the growth theory refers to our need for personal development to be creative and to perform meaningful work. So growth allows us to explore what our potential might be within our current environment. It's easy to see why you might lack motivation if you're stuck doing the same thing or the same job every day without variety. So, but if your job provides interesting and varied challenges, it's easier to be motivated as you're being presented with growth opportunities each day. So you can see the implication for management. But before that, I would like to highlight on what Adafa found out, what he called the frustration regression principle. What this means is that if a higher level need fails to be filled or fulfilled, then a person may regress. In other words, fall back and seek to further fill lower level needs. The frustration regression principle, according to this theory, says that if a higher level need fails to be filled, then a person may regress or fall back and seek a lower level need instead. For example, if an ambitious employee isn't provided with growth opportunities, then their motivation will be lower and they may become frustrated. This may also cause them to seek more relatedness needs. So they may begin to socialize with other members of the same team. And finally, if they are unable to satisfy this relatedness need, they may seek to further satisfy existence needs. So this is where this theory deviates from Maslow. Maslow's theory is ascending in order. That is, after one need is acquired or fulfilled, we move to the next. After that one is acquired, we move to the next. And the one that is acquired no longer motivates you, but the one that is being sought after. But this growth theory recognizes that there may be a time that an employee or man will seek for a higher order need. For instance, he may move from uh, he may move from existence to relatedness, and then at that point he may be seeking for growth needs. But if the opportunities for growth is not provided and he becomes frustrated, he will now fall back and begin to multiply his effort into acquiring more relatedness needs. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Hello, dear students. Did you understand the analogy I just created? Or should we take another example explaining the frustration regression tendency?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I said the, all right. I said the frustration regression tendency is the tendency to seek to satisfy lower order needs when the higher order needs cannot be met. And I say that this is a clear departure from Maslow's theory, because Maslow's theory proposes that once a need is met, you move to the next higher order need, and from there to another to further higher order need. And if a need is satisfied, rather, it does not motivate any longer. What motivates, what propels behavior is the need that is yet to be acquired. But this theory, ADAPA, recognizes the fact that at certain times, a need or a need which is being sought may not be met. Conditions may be frustrating, which limits the actualization of such need. So what plays out then is that the individual in question will fall back, will regress into an already acquired need and concentrates his effort there. Okay, if that need is still not met, or if it becomes difficult, he still falls back to another lower level need. Okay, for instance, uh, let's say that let's say that an employee is out of work, lost his job for some period of time. Okay, now he gains a position as maybe uh, he gains a position in a newspaper firm, maybe as a copy assistant, okay, at a local newspaper firm. So now, before now, this employee has been a senior editor at another newspaper firm, a major publication for that matter, for many years. But unfortunately, the newspaper went down, went bankrupt, and everybody was laid off. So now he accepted a job which is lower than his previous job in his previous place, meaning that he has regressed. Ordinarily, he should be seeking for a higher position. Having been an editor, he should be seeking for maybe a managing director of a newspaper company. But now he has fallen back to a position which he has left before because he couldn't meet up, or there was no opportunity to get a higher order need. Now, because he's desperate for work, he took the position available with the hope of being quickly promoted to the editor. So he accepted the position, but what he was really doing was fulfilling Adapa's existence need. The paycheck satisfied his or her physiological need. That is, it paid for basic necessities like food, water, shelter, clothing, and the rest. So typically in the workplace, his job requirement is either checking news stories for factual inconsistencies, or if he's not doing that, uh, he may be spending his time hanging out or hanging around with the editorial office members. So the motivation here is to be accepted by the colleagues. So this employee now is working on a latedness need. Okay, he has been given job, he has accepted a job which is lower than his previous job in order to meet his existence need. Now, in the course of his job, the spare time he finds within his job, he uses that spare time to mingle with the editorial office members. In this way, he is seeking or he's working on a relatedness need, the need for association, the need to connect with people and to feel accepted by a preferred group. Remember,